Hi Book Press, it's the 4th night of our Bookversary celebration. Thank you so much for partying with me this week and watching my videos. This is the last video I'm going to do, at least for a few days, but I wanted to talk to you tonight about one more way that Usborne Books and More has really blessed us. Not only is it fun and helped our finances and given me new friends, but it's also helped me to have time for my family and have meaningful family time when I do have that. Before I was coaching two things. I was coaching middle school volleyball and high school Scholars Bowl, and I loved both of them, especially Scholars Bowl. Loved it. Got to do it with my husband, but it just took me away so much, and it wasn't sustainable to be gone 1 or 2 nights a week and a couple mornings a week while raising littles. So having something that has given me a chance to stay home a little more, although it's, I'm still working, but I'm at home and able to be a little bit more flexible, and giving me tools to have really meaningful time with my family when I'm at home has been so invaluable. And that's what my passion is for Usborne Books and More. That's why I do it, but not just selling makeup or jewelry, or though I appreciate those of you who do, because otherwise I wouldn't have anything to wear. But I have such a passion for giving families like mine tools to have meaningful connections with each other, and reading together is so valuable. There's so many studies, I don't need to quote them to you here, but I'll probably be sharing some over the weekend, with how many books kids are exposed to and to how successful they are later in life. And it just helps build that strong connection between you and your kids that is at the core of developing character and really strengthening our society. I firmly believe that time spent with parents and kids connecting is how we can really turn society around and keep kids from going down roads that are leading to such heartbreak. Not all the time, it's not a magic formula, but I think that connecting with your kids in real meaningful ways and reading together and asking questions about what you're reading makes such a huge difference. So, what are some of my favorite books to read with my family? I'm so glad you asked. You asked the best questions, Book Press. So first, here's a hidden gem that I may have talked about, so maybe it's not hidden to you. Boy. It's about a little hearing impaired boy in a kingdom where the dragon and the king's knights are always fighting, and he wanders into the fight and somehow gets them to ask, why are you fighting? Why are you fighting? And they realize that it was over a misunderstanding, and at the end everybody in the village says thank you. Really sweet, heartwarming story featuring a hearing impaired boy, which is wonderful, but also conflict resolution. Love it. Blue Whale Blues is one that we read a lot, that we sing a lot. I have this little song I sing with it. I've got the blue whale blues, I've got the blue whale blues, blue whale blues. That's my Blue Whale Blues song. And sometimes we talk about, oh, you're having a blue whale day. Maybe how can I help be a penguin to you? Because Penguin's the one who's always trying to cheer Blue Whale up and solve his problems. So Blue Whale Blues and Penguin, really great social, emotional development and fun to read. We also love our kitty cat books. We have all 4 of them. We just got Rome last week and really enjoyed it. Our kitty cat books really makes you feel like you're going on a tour in a city somewhere that isn't here. We have New York, but the others are all in Europe. And every book has a page that you have to turn sideways. It's really fun to go explore. Paris is my favorite, possibly because it's the first one we got, but our kitty cat books. Now, all of that being said, and all of what I'm about to say going to be said, my absolute favorite read aloud book, I would read this every day, several times a day, if given the opportunity, is Pandemonia. It is so much fun to read out loud. There's lots of beautiful illustrations too that are just fun and unique. I've never seen illustrations quite like this, but okay, I just have to read a page. When the yaks start yakking, the frogs start humming, the bilbies bop, the baboons start drumming. The air is filled with a deafening din, sending the wallabies into a spin. They bounce to the beat with the red kangaroo, so don't wake the panda, whatever you do. If the wallabies bounce, the bats start swinging, the scarlet macaws and galahs start singing. Their swinging and singing sets off the raccoon, whose barking is usually way out of tune. That raucous raccoon makes a racket, it's true. So don't wake the panda, whatever you do. And I could just go on because it's so much fun to read. It's like Dr. Seuss. It's like Dr. Seuss fun. So that's my favorite read aloud book. I also love The Curious Case of the Missing Mammoth. This is a story that blends some nonfiction elements. It's got big fold out pages. You can adapt it to the age and interest level of the kiddo who you're reading to. I'm at the point now where we can almost read all of the flaps to Corbin, but it's easy to leave them off. They're just little nonfiction elements. It's so much fun. There's jokes, there's history, there's literature. It's really, really fun. I love reading The Curious Case of the Missing Mammoth. And up there, you can see our very own Teddy Mammoth gracing our shelves. Now these next few are story compilations or chapter books. I had not read our 10-minute stories until earlier this summer, and I love them. They are perfect. They're 10-minute stories, and Corbin just eats them up. We would sit there and read for 30 or 40 minutes before bedtime if we let him, but we're really strict about bedtime, and so we really usually only get to read 1 or 2 of these stories. But any book that just has kids asking for more is fine by me. So we have 10-minute stories and then 10 more 10-minute stories. The illustrations are beautiful. The stories are just the right length and have just the right pacing. They're wonderful. I love reading them. I also love Olga de Polga, and I feel like this is not one that's very well known. If you've read it, please comment below. I forgot the last 2 videos to give you an action step. I will for sure give you one here. So this is how Olga de Polga starts. From the very beginning, there was not the slightest doubt that Olga de Polga was the sort of guinea pig who would go places. There was a kind of charm about her, something in the set of her whiskers, an extra devil-may-care twirl to the rosettes in her brown and white fur, and a gleam in her eyes which set her apart. I could go on and on. It's another really fun one to read. And look, beautiful, simple, heartwarming illustrations and backgrounds on every page. This is a chapter book. It's a hardback, so it's a really nice addition to gift to a niece or a nephew or to your kiddos. And you can see the reading level is pretty high for your grade school readers. So really enjoy Olga de Polga. My favorite chapter series for read aloud or for young learning readers is the Pet Vet series. It's great for anyone who loves animals. We're going to follow Trump, who is the animal liaison officer at the clinic. So she is a little Jack Russell Terrier who can talk to the other animals. And what's really cool is that on each page, do you see that? We're going to see what vet means. There's little glossary along the way. There's also occasionally Trump's diagnosis after a chapter that talks about the animals and the injuries or situations they're dealing with. If your dog is scratching a lot, it may have fleas. Fleas are insects that feed on dogs' blood, and it goes and talks to you about fleas and how to treat them. So lots of different elements going on in our Pet Vet series. Finally, I just got this one last week. I haven't had a chance to read it all the way through, but I'm already head over heels for it. And that is our Anne of Green Gables. This is part of our new Usborne Illustrated Originals. There's also White Fang, The Odyssey, and Little Women. What I love so much about it is this right here. It's complete and unabridged. So, and it also just feels so friendly. It's a paperback, but sturdy, and it feels so wonderful. So it has the story of Anne of Green Gables, which I love. The new Netflix series is reawakening my love for it. I didn't read the whole series when I was little. So I'm excited to get back into it here. But really fun. I think these illustrations are just perfect for Anne of Green Gables. Some of them are full page spreads, This is a beautiful read aloud book for your family. I remember even in high school my family gathered and we would read books aloud. Or a gorgeous, gorgeous birthday or Christmas present for your young daughter who is into reading chapter books, or for you to sit and read along with her. I know this video is longer than the others, but that time to spend reading together is what this is all about. And so I wanted to show you my favorites for that. So remember, today you get 10% off your order containing a storybook or chapter book. So be sure to get that in before midnight. So I want today for you to comment below what is your favorite story to read with your kids, or what is a favorite story that you read with your parents growing up. I'd love to hear, maybe add some more to my list. So be looking at, there will still be a one-day only sale every day for the next 4 days. We'll still be playing some games. I'll still do a video or go live at least once more. So have fun, happy shopping. Thanks for celebrating with me. Bye, Book Press.